We need backup down here now.
We've got a serious breach in cell block 5. We've got aliens on the loose. We need backup now.
Hey, where are you going?
At San Diego Comic-Con 2024, director Roland Emmerich gave an update to The Direct about Independence Day 3. The first Independence Day movie, starring Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum, hit theaters back in 1996, and its sequel, Independence Day Resurgence, came out 20 years later. Emmerich wrote and directed both of the sci-fi films, which focus on an alien invasion and how humanity responds. So, let's dive into everything we know about Independence Day 3 that's sure to blow your mind. In a roundtable interview with The Direct at San Diego Comic-Con, Independence Day writer and director Roland Emmerich shared where things stand on a potential Independence Day 3. He mentioned that he has a story ready, but hasn't heard from Disney, the franchise's new rights holder, since their 2019 purchase of 20th Century Fox. When asked if there's any hope for a third film, Emmerich admitted, "They've sold it to Disney, and I probably have to talk to someone there." Despite this, he's ready to move forward whenever he gets the call, jokingly encouraging the interviewer to contact Disney on his behalf. Plans for Independence Day 3 were originally in motion before the release of Resurgence, but after the second movie received lukewarm reviews and only made $397 million at the box office, the future of the franchise became uncertain. The situation became even more unclear after Disney's acquisition of Fox, leaving many projects, including this one, in limbo. In 2020, Emmerich hinted that Disney might be interested in reviving the franchise, but hadn't made any moves yet. Now, 4 years later, there's still no official progress. However, with the franchise's legacy, a third film might still be on the horizon someday. Emmerich closed by saying, "Trust me, I have a story." With Independence Day 3 still unannounced and not in production, there's no official word on the cast yet. However, the big casting challenge from Resurgence would need to be addressed. While it was great to see Jeff Goldblum return as Dave Levinson, the absence of Will Smith as Captain Stephen Hiller was a noticeable void. Director Roland Emmerich tried to fill the gap by introducing Jessica T. Usher as Dylan Hiller, Stephen's son, but it didn't quite have the same impact. Liam Hemsworth was also brought in as Jake Morrison, representing the new generation of fighters, but even Vivica A. Fox and others expressed how much the film missed Smith's presence, as mentioned in an interview with AV Club. Fox summed it up by saying, "We had most of the original cast, but the real missing link to the success of Independence Day 2 was Will Smith." Smith's character Stephen Hiller dying off screen left the door open for a potential return. Emmerich could easily create a storyline where Hiller faked his death or was hiding, paving the way for Smith to rejoin the franchise. Given the changes in Smith's career after his Oscars incident, he might even be more open to revisiting the role. But until Independence Day 3 gets the green light, we'll just have to wait and see. When Roland Emmerich talked about Independence Day 3, he revealed some ideas he had already lined up for the franchise. In fact, he mentioned that while making Independence Day Resurgence, they had already planned the third part. According to Emmerich, the plot for Independence Day 3 would connect more with the original movie than the sequel. The story would revolve around humans living as refugees on another planet, with aliens discovering them and planning an attack. These refugees would be humans but in different forms, and the plot would focus on their fight for survival. Emmerich explained how much the project means to him, saying, "It doesn't matter who does it, but I feel very passionate about it. This movie single-handedly got me total freedom." He added that Independence Day and Stargate were pivotal in shaping his career, giving him the creative control he's enjoyed ever since. The gap between the first and second movies was explained as the time it takes to travel through wormholes, which is why Resurgence focused on the next generation of fighters while still bringing back Jeff Goldblum's older and wiser character. Emmerich originally envisioned Resurgence as the start of a two-part sequel, but due to its underwhelming performance at the box office, that plan was scrapped. Despite this, Emmerich is hopeful that Disney Plus could give Independence Day 3 the shot it needs. He feels confident that the plot he has in mind would be perfect for a streaming release and breathe new life into the franchise. As for the plot of Independence Day 3, Roland Emmerich has already shared a few ideas that he's passionate about. Back when Resurgence was released, Emmerich had already envisioned a third film. According to him, the story for Independence Day 3 would actually tie more closely to the original movie than the sequel. He mentioned that in the plot, there are humans living on a refugee planet, but the aliens discover their location and set out to attack. These humans are in different forms, and the story would explore their fight for survival. Emmerich is very passionate about the project and feels that Independence Day and Stargate were pivotal movies in his career, giving him the creative freedom he's had ever since. He also explained that the second movie took place so long after the original because of the concept of wormhole travel. He wanted the story to show the next generation, sons fighting the battles their fathers fought, though Jeff Goldblum's character returned as a wiser and older version of himself. Originally, Emmerich intended for Resurgence to be the first part of a two-part sequel, but due to the film's underwhelming box office and critical reception, those plans were put on hold. Now, if Disney Plus were to give him the chance, Emmerich believes he could finally bring Independence Day 3 to life with the right storyline. In 2023, Dean Devlin, the writer-producer of Independence Day 2, shared some behind-the-scenes details about the original story plans for Will Smith's character. In an interview with Yahoo Entertainment, Devlin revealed that he and Roland Emmerich had crafted a story for Smith that was approved by 20th Century Fox before Smith decided to drop out of the project. Devlin explained, "Before we wrote anything, we met with Will Smith and pitched him our idea. He was really excited about it and loved the concept. We ended up writing 2 sequels with him in mind, and when we handed them to the studio, they were thrilled and greenlit them immediately. They told us it was the best first draft they had ever read." The plan for Smith's character was to echo a bit of Rocky III. Devlin described the storyline as a chance for Smith's character to rediscover his edge after becoming comfortable with fame and success. It was envisioned as a way to bring the old Will Smith back into action. When Will Smith left Resurgence, it set off a frantic scramble to rewrite the script in just 2 weeks, as Roland Emmerich recounted to The Wrap in 2022. The original plan, which included Smith's character, had to be scrapped, leading to a storyline where Smith's character was killed off. The sequel then shifted its focus to Stephen Hiller's stepson Dylan, played by Jesse T. Usher. According to Devlin, the studio's decision to spotlight younger characters was a significant change, and they also wanted to dial back the humor. Devlin recalled their reaction to the note. They said, "Modern tentpole movies don't have comedy in them anymore," and I was like, "Have you ever seen a Marvel movie?" 20th Century Fox's last-minute changes and Smith's sudden departure severely impacted Resurgence's success. With Devlin no longer involved, plans for Independence Day 3 are currently on hold, possibly indefinitely. The original vision for the sequel, which included Smith's character making a Rocky III-style comeback, remains a what-if scenario. Meanwhile, Smith is navigating his own real-life comeback after the infamous Oscars incident, while the Independence Day series continues to linger in uncertainty. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop. Also, what do you think about the possibility of Independence Day 3? Do you think Disney Plus could give the franchise a fresh start, or do you think it's best left in the past? Share your thoughts in the comments.